It's okay. Off your mic. It's okay. She off your mic.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Go touchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This man not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Aha, na him una don hear o.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Maiyegun Live. Share the broadcast.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í kó níbẹ̀ o. Bó bá ṣe eré, àní Maiyegun máa wí. Ó sì tún ṣe eré, wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun diary, Politico.
Thank you very much for joining me. And as you are joining, just take a moment, okay? Share the broadcast. Invite your friends and invite your not so friendly friends. Just anyone you think that should be here should join us this evening as well, okay? Share the broadcast.
Maiyegun lawamo, do. Maiyegun diary, àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube.
Share the broadcast.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. ọba bá gbé wúrẹ́ àní ẹ̀sùn ra ijó ìgbádìyẹ àní ẹ̀sùn ra pẹ̀sìdó bá rú sí o àní ẹ̀sùn ra gómìnà kówó jẹ àní ẹ̀sùn ra ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá àní ẹ̀sùn ra.
Thank you very much for joining me again. And if you have liked, shared the broadcast, I want to say thank you to you. If this is your first time of joining Maiyegun live, well, you too can be a regular. All you have to do is to take a minute and subscribe or like or follow wherever it is that could notify you whenever Maiyegun is live. Now, tonight's broadcast, as you can see the rider, I am not here. So, in fact, give me a sec. I am not here this evening to patronize anyone. I am just here to state the facts and at the same time, possibly help guide us to understand how much damages and destructions they have done to us in the name of one Nigeria. Even if you are not so vast in the differences that has brought about this so much open disdain and hatred for one another, I can possibly help you to understand why. And at the same time, if we have a chance that we must all probably even strive for right now, a chance to redefine our own destiny, not in the hands of those who brought us to this state. So what I'm going to do tonight is first, we will admit that in Nigeria, we have what is called Igbophobia. And that is the phobia that many people who are non-Igbos but Nigerians have for every Igbo man or woman. It is a phobia that so many of us have managed, right, to overcome. That is why today I am not here to patronize them, because that is not the only thing we have in Nigeria. Yes, we have Yoruba phobia too. We have Hausa Fulani phobia too. All of us, as we have been cramped together in that land that the criminals in charge have made more frustrating for every one of us, they have created many phobias, which has also been hidden mostly by our hypocrisy. But what if we begin to speak to our own individual biases or hypocrisy? Maybe we'll begin to heal and understand the damages that these guys are doing to us. Every now and then, they ask you to stand up for one great Nigeria that they are working day and night to keep in perpetuity of desperation, put it that way. And the victims are mostly me and you, right? Now, in Nigeria, there is this unwritten code that whatever you are doing, right, whenever it involves the possibility of a national conversation, something that has to do with not just you or where you belong to, but probably collective, you are somehow expected as a non-Igbo to be very careful. I later found out that it is the same everywhere. The Igbos themselves, after experiencing what we call the Nigerian genocidal war against them at the time, that forced them to remain part of Nigeria today, they themselves grew up knowing that they have to be very careful of those who are non-Igbos. Now, this sentiment exists in almost every one of us. Like I said, some of us have managed, right, to overcome that biases, in order for us to see clearly that it is actually beyond ethnic this versus ethnic that, tribal this versus tribal that, religious this versus religious that. It is indeed a complete mad place that the only beneficiaries are the same people that are insisting that the Nigerian existence or your existence or unity is non-negotiable. But you and I, who are the victims, we are expected to live the lie. But here are some of them. There is unwritten agreement, somehow, that Igbos as traders. Remember the people who recovered from the ruins of war and were given 20 pounds, something you could call, you could say was 20 naira each to recover. Then they rebuild, and yet never fully reintegrated back into Nigeria. And the only time you get to know some of these are whenever their election is coming up, or an opportunity for ethnic attack or tribal attack, one versus the other in any part of Nigeria. These are the times you get to know that they have never been fully accepted back into Nigeria by the owners of Nigeria. However, there is something that, you possibly be, if you are a non-Igbo, you'll be asking, listen, the Igbos wanted to leave Nigeria, right? And Nigeria fought to keep them. They didn't fight to keep them as a people. They fought to keep the land that currently, or at the time, even now, housed what Nigeria somehow exists on, as they have schemed it. Now, when non-Igbo want to talk, right, they will say the Igbos should go back to their region and develop the place rather than leaving Igbo land to develop other places, like assuming they want to take over the place. This is Nigeria, Nigerians versus Nigerians now, right? But there's something I want to show you. I shared it earlier. Let me see if I can bring it back on. Nigeria deliberately, right? You see that southern Nigeria? Let me enlarge my screen. Southern Nigeria, right? Is the golden goose that is laying the golden egg, plundered, wasted by the Sahel criminals that continue to say Nigeria existence is non-negotiable. But look at it this way. Nigeria could actually be so good if the intention of the criminals in Nigeria was good, ever good. But because what could make Nigeria great or better is not domiciled where the rulers or the alleged owners of Nigeria comes from. What do I mean? This is world map now, Atlas, okay? Let's do something together. I'll show you something. Everybody have to come down to Western Nigeria, which made the Western Nigeria even more richer despite the Nigeria's pillage or continue wastage of our own resources so far. Yeah, we continue to be rich. Why? Because Nigeria is schemed to be that way. But it could be better, right? If you take a moment with me. Where is that my search? Now, let's say, where is Nigeria? Nigeria. Everybody have to go to Lagos to transact their business before they can move to any other part of Nigeria. Therefore, the areas who could have been also better enough to create enabling environments, development that could create jobs, right? They continue to what? To ignore them. And it is intentional. Right. This is on your screen, right? This is Nigeria. Give me a sec. Now, if you check it very well, right, you could say, one sec. Where is the... Now, if I enlarge my screen, right, let's see. Now, you will see Lagos here, Hang on. Sorry, give me a sec. I think I'm going to see if I can get it done the other way. Okay. So give me a sec. Now, if you see Lagos, that is the center of all trade, right, in Nigeria, which automatically attracts, right, a lot of people from every part of Nigeria. It was deliberate. Now, if my screen comes back on, give a sec. I'm going to take this off for a second until I fix that, okay? Now, when my screen comes back on, I'm going to show you, okay, that if they had intention of developing Nigeria, what majority of people are actually looking for, from my own findings, which I believe is more accurate, if you ask, right? Is that people want stability, guaranteed by access to education, access to good healthcare system, so to say. Give me a sec. Right. People want to have access to good healthcare, safe place to stay, home over their heads, and then a food on the table for their own family. Something that makes you feel like you are a human being living as a human being, not like a squatter or somebody in a concentration camp. But how could you create opportunities when they have intentionally, right, limited those opportunities among those they want to share it with, right? Now, when my screen comes back on, I'll share with you. Now, you see that line, that same Atlantic Ocean, right, that Lagos seaport is built on today. That same Atlantic Ocean is lying straight down south of Nigeria, up there to the creek of Niger Delta. Now, if Nigeria had the intention of creating enabling environment genuinely, right? Northern Nigeria during colonialism, they said Northern Nigeria was for growing commercial crops for food and all that. Southern Nigeria was for growing commercial crop as well and processing them, and at the same time exporting them, taking them out of Nigeria. However, you see, that's like I said in Lagos, if Nigeria had a good intention, they would have opened similar ports, allowed it. It's because they didn't, and they will never, and I'll tell you why. After the Civil War, after the genocidal war of 1967 to 1970, what did they do? They put a special interest in borders, especially the sea, access to sea. Now, if Biafrans had access to sea, they could have done wonders if they had access to that sea easily, right? So if they are now forced back into Nigeria, okay, then they can be controlled economically. How far they want them to go, it can be controlled by the system, right? And therefore, what goes into that land can also be controlled and monitored to some extent. Therefore, opening up the areas like that for the growing youth in Nigeria, the growing number of unemployed young people in Nigeria who are mostly now migrating down to the West, could have saved this hatred that many of you share today, okay? Let me go back and check that my screen if it's back. Give me a sec. Now, they could have created that. Otherwise, I mean, in other words, right, many young people, right, who besieged the Western Nigeria as Nigeria programmed it. Many of them could, many others as well, who ended up in different parts of the world. Guess what they are looking for? They are looking for better education. They are looking for better opportunities in order to better their lives economically and improve more on their lives. Something that the home is, back home, they have been stifled of them. Therefore, those who couldn't escape resorted into different sort of crimes. Now, if you hate yourselves today, as it is growing now, Igbo should go back to their Biafra. Everybody who come from eastern part of Nigeria, of the old, including all of you from the Niger Delta part of Nigeria today, you are considered Igbos to non-Easterners. That is that is the hypocrisy that they are using the veil of one Nigeria to cover. Now, this is limiting us. Now, guess what? If now, I think my screen is back. So let's hope I am not going to have more. First, let me enlarge it and get it ready for this presentation before I share with you. Then you understand where I'm going exactly, okay? So let me bring that back. Now, if you check this screen, right, I'll move this up a bit in order to be more positioned, okay? Now, you see that blue part on your screen? That is Gulf of Guinea. It's not Atlantic yet, but this Gulf of Guinea is what finally leads to the Atlantic. Let me see if I can bring that to you. You see this? That is the huge sea where our own ancestors, right, were transported to the other part of the world, right? You see that on your left there, that's Brazil. However, let's go back to Lagos and that water where we have the sea, so we have the ports today that the rest of Nigeria would have to live upon. And that didn't in any way bring us unity. And the reason why is because the limited opportunities, which is mostly controlled by the criminals that want you to stab your own fellow brothers and sisters in that same place, right? Now, let's look at it this way. You see that Lagos? You see Lagos there up at the top there. Now, when you come down, that is where you have the ports, okay? All importation into Nigeria internationally would have to come to this small city of Lagos. Okay? It's a good thing. I'm a Yoruba man, and I would say it's a beautiful thing, and it would have been more greater. Now, look at everybody on your right, on the right side of that on your screen, yeah, where you have the Benin City, Warri, Enugu, Akure, all those places, right? They are part of Nigeria, as you would know. And guess what? Everything that goes into all these places, they have to come from this port in Lagos. Now, imagine if every stop on this map on your screen, for the owners of Nigeria who are possibly watching me, including all of you who have become, bigoted their souls, who enjoys the bigotry that the criminals, the owners of Nigeria, are spewing and they are spitting into your own mouth. And you are as well repeating all over the place, right? One Nigeria, one Nigeria. Let's say they had good intention for Nigeria. Today, can you tell me any of your politicians that is talking about any development that has to do with, you know what? Let's allow all these areas to develop as well, okay? Which means the Igbos, who are mostly into trade, yeah, they don't have to come to Lagos. Are you with me? I'll show you something. They could even just be here in Warri. They could be here somewhere close to Benin. They could be anywhere. Ports could be open there. And guess what? When you now have seaports close to you, you have access to open trade. Now, open trade could then automatically improve local trade. Now, local trade will automatically generate employment. And when employment is indeed really, really available, right? And the pay is nice, migration will automatically reduce and be limited to maybe just vacationing. Do you get that? Now, not just that, if these guys mean well for Nigeria, your leaders, the owners of Nigeria, okay, look at this long beach, this long sea to cross river to the border with Cameroon. Yeah, this OC in Nigeria is controlled by Nigerian government. Guess what they do there? Just to smuggle Nigerian crude oil outside Nigeria to further contribute to your wreckage as a people. In other words, to further contribute to a mass internal immigration that has now created bad blood in your politics. Now, look at it this way. This is the rest of the world. I want to try and bring this closer. One sec. Now, you see, this is Politico, right? Now, this is Nigeria on the side. Now, when you roll the atlas, this is where the water leads to, which means on a straight line, on a straight line, the rest of Eastern Nigeria could be dealing with the entire South America, North America, including United States of America, straight up here. They could build on this if to say Nigeria is a place. And guess what? That could have created millions of jobs and at the same time had trillions, I'm saying trillions of dollars into the economy of Eastern Nigeria and the entire Nigeria as a whole. Now, this may not make much sense to you, especially with what they have, they have done to you as a people. But I want you to know that no matter the hatred you are possibly spewing today. I was on social media earlier, right? Now, people said it's a missed opportunity. And I'm like, well, it is not really over until it is. In other words, right? People will get to ask more questions later. That if we are afraid of an Igbo ruling Nigeria so much, but at the same time, we have nothing to offer them. Yeah? You as a one Nigerianist, right? As a one Nigerianist, would you, in all honesty, without your bias right now, would you say that actually make any sense at all? Of course it doesn't. Today in Nigeria, especially in Yoruba land of today, right? The Nigerian system has managed, right, to stifle us of true development, real one. I'm talking about if you check the lives of our people, especially the young people today in Yoruba land. When we look around and we talk about the downside or the downside effects of what Nigeria has become, the people, the victims, we have our own fair share too. Our parents invested so much in education, purposely because they believed that was an automatic, empowerment they could give to us that we could build on in order to become responsible human beings ourselves. But Nigeria happened. When they give statistics that says Nigeria has over 100 million unemployed people, then you can tell the people who are most hit by this are those who invested millions in education only for their graduate sons and daughters to end up as liabilities to them to date because they couldn't find a job, and the economy continue to dwindle and dwindle. And most of us who are like parents today are even losing out on our own life savings. Now, this effect crippling on and the statistics are coming out every now and then. We have had our own fair share because we have been part of Nigeria. Now, when you now look around, most of these failed people in Yoruba land, I'm talking about the people who probably didn't know that they've lost out on the opportunities that we could have had if those they defended or they continue to kind of push out or propagate ever stood up for them. I'm talking about the victims of the failed leadership, including in Yoruba land. When they look around today, unfortunately, they look for who to blame for their misfortune or their own disappointing existence, so to say. What do I mean? It is easier today if you really want to show that you are a real Yoruba to put every failure that has affected our people today on non-Yorubas. You know why? Because majority of us have become the victim of this poor and terrible leadership who have been in collusion with those who held us back, Nigeria, for this long. These guys have no intention of making you great or making you even like experience a life as a human being. I have checked all things and I realized that this is even beyond selfishness. It is evil, total evil. The desperation and the frustration that you are witnessing everywhere, that many of you are now sort of hanging on yourselves today. They are creation of these criminals to start with. Because I was asking myself, I said, if you have been outside Nigeria, I'm not talking about being outside Nigeria on holiday for those who have the privilege. Okay, I'm talking about living outside Nigeria, good or bad. You realize that somehow, yeah, that vindictiveness, or let me say that wish for vengeance that exists solely in Nigeria, somehow they have been diffused in you, and you begin to see things differently for those who actually does anyway. Because somehow these days with social media, it seems that we are even losing that battle, the battle of honesty, sincerity, with many of us who have left Nigeria, who could tell ourselves the truth. The division that the owners of Nigeria live on, the injection that, let me say, the drug that they actually get high on, the hatred that so many of you also harbor somehow. When you are not living in Nigeria, all those kind of leave you behind, and you begin to see things differently. And it breaks hearts when you look around and see the victims in their own ignorance, holding their own different daggers and all that. This is why I don't like Yorubas. This is why I don't like the Igbos. This is why I don't like this or that. Or exactly. And at the same time, you will turn around and say, Nigeria is one country. The Igbos are trying to divide it. And if they are planning to divide it, therefore they can never rule Nigeria, then it's all kind of all mixed up and say, now that is what an asylum actually looks like, a mental asylum, which they have made Nigeria now. The opportunities is controlled. And they can tell how many of you they actually want to break that even in that contraption, so to say. So Igbo man can be president of Nigeria, fine. So an Igbo man will tell you then a Yoruba man can be president of Nigeria. No, okay, fine. How about you look beyond that and see, why are they even keeping us together? Exactly. Why? Is it because one day you are going to lead a normal life, like a normal human being that is not living off the crumbs being offered by these criminals. Like you want to live off that hope when if you are honest, if you are going to be honest with yourselves, you can tell the reasons why the hatred is never going to go away. Why? As long as the owners of Nigeria, which sadly, the cowards of the South are also in bed with as well. If the coward of the South somehow realizes that what we are actually losing, being part of Nigeria and every other dirty politics you want to play with yourselves, is more than the gain, or let me say, is more than the crumb gain that the minute few of them from southern Nigeria are comfortable to live with, because whether we like it or not, whether we want it now or not, I'm actually not going to say whether we like it or not. It is going to happen when all of you will come to the time and say, wait, why are they keeping us together? I mean, what exactly is the goal of keeping us together under this arrangement? And then by the time you find out that there's the only goal is just to keep you and your generations yet unborn in the perpetuity of slavery and, put it this way, lost and stolen identity. The one that even added them more to the confusion. But if the intention primarily was to make us live like a normal human being, then this particular arrangement can only breed hate, can only breed a bloodbath, can only breed bad blood. And there is nothing one about that. One Nigeria, one Nigeria. Now that defeats that. Development has to do with the people. Abi? Now, Nigeria, they are programmed Lagos. Didn't program Lagos to benefit the Yorubas. So if you are a Yoruba man watching me right now, be honest to yourself. So let's start from there. Be honest. What is the benefit of being a Yoruba man, starting with Lagos right now? Can you tell me? What? Okay. I can't hear you, by the way, but I'm going to read it. Read the comment. But you, as a Yoruba man, or put it this way, let me use myself. Myself as a Yoruba man, what would have made a Lagos or rich Yoruba land, right, so adorable to somebody like myself, to the point that maybe I would feel like I don't want to share. In fact, I would love to share anyway, right? Would have been one. In Yoruba land, when they talk about unemployment, Yorubas, especially in Lagos, are not affected. In fact, if you check the figure of unemployed people, you would barely see Yorubas among the unemployed graduates in Nigeria. And that's because Yoruba land could take care of them. Now, when you talk about no electricity, that could help, industrialization, production, that could also create jobs. Oh, Lagos State it's not sharing that. Yoruba land, we are enjoying 24 hours electricity. Therefore, our people are always working because they are employed. When you talk about the insecurity, oh, we are not affected in Yoruba land. Do you know why? Because we are able to protect and defend ourselves. We have our own state police, and they are well armed, well paid, and they are well mobilized. Therefore, our farmers are growing food. So if you are complaining about food, inflation,
You are paying so much for food. We don't feel that in Yoruba. Look at all those, right? Now, when you talk about healthcare, indeed, if you see any politicians going abroad for medical treatment, you will never see anybody in Yoruba land do that. You know why? We have the best medical service, medical system that even pay for the poorest of the poorest in Yoruba land who have access to all of this. Go to our medical centers. Now, it is because we are Yorubas. Now, what else again? You want to talk about the best rail system, the best road network? Do you want to talk about the best underground system, the best, water transport? Talk about all the good things. And as a Yoruba man in Nigeria, we are scared of what our life will become the moment an Igbo man become president of Nigeria. Now that will make you scared, won't it? It should normally, even though it is the normal thing they say abroad. I'll tell you this. If you have lived outside Nigeria before, or you are living outside Nigeria right now, you will agree with me that the common saying when you get to this Western world, among the people we called racist white, oh, they are so racist. You know what they used to say? They are coming to take our jobs. They are coming to use our health care to take it over. The reason why they are coming to our country is because they want to come and increase crime in our country. Because of that, we don't want them in this place. We need to close the border. We know they are going to destroy it, that. Yeah, if you see people who have lived outside Nigeria before, they will tell you it's the common saying. There are many, many political parties all over the world that actually they are so popular in those countries because they agree with the locals who are scared of all of us coming to the place to come and take their jobs. Now, you as a Yoruba man in Nigeria today, if you want to be honest to yourselves, let's start with this. The people who brought this calamity upon us, the people who brought poverty upon us, the people who agreed that whatever we are facing in Nigeria today is our portion because we are good with it and nothing else is our portion in a way. So we should stay with it and therefore we shouldn't argue it in a way, okay? And this is Nigeria now. The criminals who did this to us are now playing the card of anybody who is non-Yoruba, especially Igbos. They are your enemies. They want to take control of the place. They want to take over everywhere. They want to do this or that. And I am asking you now, okay, in sincerity, like the Oyinbos who believe that the people are coming to come and take over their country. Americans will tell you, the British will tell you, those of us who have become citizens of these countries, from experiences, they will tell you what they have encountered in their life living in these places. They call them racists. But what do you call fellow Nigerians? Frustrated Nigerians, jobless Nigerians, scared Nigerians, impoverished Nigerians, browbeaten Nigerians, traumatized Nigerians, looted Nigerians, miseducated Nigerians, misinformed Nigerians, bigoted Nigerians, fanatic Nigerians. You can pick your side, by the way. Tribalistic Nigerians. And maybe I should say racist Nigerians. What exactly would you say the Igbos are coming to take away from you that the politicians haven't already stolen from you? I'm just asking sincerely now. You want a good life. You want roof over your head. So, what exactly? That is one. Oh. The other one is that in Nigeria of today, as many will tell you, including the politicians themselves, Nigerians have never been this divided. And it is going to get worse. But one thing that seemed to have shaken everybody from every part of Nigeria to the core is the terrorism introduced into the game. Now, it is only one ethnic nationality that is perpetuating the act of terrorism outside northern Nigeria, northern part of Nigeria, and they are the Fulanis. Many of them who came from outside Nigeria, speaking French, massacring innocent people in southern Nigeria, kidnapping them for ransom as well. Those who couldn't pay being slaughtered, and none of these assailants, none of these terrorists have ever been brought to book. This further puts more wedge into the wheel, the already rusty wheel of Nigeria's relationship that they forced together. One ethnic nationality, Fulani in Nigeria, on record. And sadly, the people in government of Nigeria sided with the terrorists. They said they are not terrorists, they are herdsmen. That further divided everyone and began to take a position. Now, election is coming. It is now easier to display your own bigotry. But the point here is this. What do you think? I mean, we know that the Fulani terrorists, they have made it clear that what they want to stop the terrorism is for us to give them our lands. Okay? The government of Nigeria, led by a Fulani Buhari, and every one of them in his government have been working tirelessly for the past 7 years to legalize, illegal takeover of people's lands in order to resettle the murderous Fulani terrorists in this part of Nigeria. In the process, they are making laws to cede so many parts of the southern Nigeria to rehabilitate or reaccommodate or resettle these terrorists. And they are making laws to jail anyone that opposes that. Now, how does that bring unity? Now, we are clear with what they are looking for. The other set of terrorists in Nigeria are the Hausa, Kanuri, and the mixture of other terrorists that are called Boko Haram terrorists. Those ones are not wholly Fulani. They have Kanuris, they have Hausas, they have other tribes there. And the imported terrorists as well. Those ones said what they wanted is what? They wanted an Islamized Nigeria because book is around. Now we know their demand. The Fulani terrorists have crossed the border, crossed the land. The Biafrans, on the other hand, they have never crossed any land, killed anyone, and then claim ownership of the place. Never. Now, put it this way. That is where we have found ourselves. Yeah? It is where we have found ourselves. So if you really want to be honest and straightforward with yourselves, right? Ask yourselves, what do you have to lose as a Yoruba man, right? If Eastern Nigeria is not part of Nigeria anymore, what do you think you're going to lose? Because I'm going to ask you, what do you think you are gaining right now? That the Biafrans, the Igbos, they are still part of Nigeria, completely underdeveloped, and then state organized, sort of a clamp down that intentionally their economy will remain as it is, as much as they are doing their best to build everything, right? Tell me, what do you think is the gain of the Igbos? I mean, what do you think is your gain as a non-Igbo? Whether you are Hausa, you are Fulani, I mean, you are just non-Igbo, including all of you are from Niger Delta who are also non-Igbos, and you probably have been battling with that all the time, right? Now, let's look at it this way. What do you think it is the benefit? You are benefiting as a Nigerian that the Igbos are still part of you. I'm going to answer that because you probably will know it. There is a benefit. And what? Igbo's trade is good for Nigeria. Igbo's leadership is not good for Nigeria. Now, can you now make that to make sense to me? What do you think? You, as a person, individual, you are going to lose if Eastern Nigeria no longer have to come down Western Nigeria for all trade. Now, look at it this way. This is where you are missing. If to say the people who want you to continue to live the lie of one Nigeria when it's convenient for you, if they really love you, right? There are many of our... I was looking online. Let me start with that. I was looking something up online. And they said that, you see that Lagos seaport, Lagos seaport, if they open it up properly and it is well managed, right, it's a $10 trillion economy on its own. That seaport, 10 trillion annual economy on its own. Then they said if they now allow the entire the entire seashore, they are cut straight to the Creek of Niger Delta to develop their own different seaport as well. You know what will happen? They will create nothing less than 50 straight million jobs across board. I'll give you an example of those. Number one, you see many people who ended up abroad, ended up in Libya, ended up in Dubai, Northern Cyprus, all of you selling your properties, leaving Nigeria to somewhere else, you won't have to. You know why? Because you see, you are the indigenous people of these areas. Now, if you have seaports that international ship are actually batching right there in your own shore, and right there as they are living, whatever they are bringing down, whether you are into farming, like in the old days, not leave crude oil for now, like in the old days when Eastern Nigeria made Nigeria the highest exporter of palm oil. And you know what palm oil can do? A lot of things. Now, I won't go into that, but imagine that you have a lot of us developing technology, ideas to increase production of palm oil. Palm kernels or palm fronds and other, right? And then into other things, like in the good old days. I remember that they have this Abaganambo or something. I can't remember. All these big trucks that will come down to Lagos loaded with plantain, right? Majority of these farm produce, they are destroyed in transit. Now, if you have a chance where you know that you can go into all this production of the different things, and whatever you produce is right, after supplying the local demands, you can easily get contact in other African countries. You don't need to go to Lagos. Even you in Lagos, you don't need to go to other places to import things down to Lagos. You can connect back to Eastern Nigeria where these productions are going on like mad. Now, what do you think that is? It will increase internally generated revenue that could go into building infrastructures like stable electricity, refineries. You know, when all this import lands in different part of Nigeria, they are going to be specific. For example, importation that are coming down straight to Niger Delta, they know they are not going to live just like that. They are also going to be living with what? Crude oil, other things that could be bought in high foreign exchange that could also boost local economy in that part of Nigeria. Abi, create jobs, create good lives, good environment, law and order, and all this stuff that are happening, right? Now, when the people who come from this part of, Port Harcourt, coming down to, Sapele, Warri, right? Niger, River Niger, and those areas, dredge to that could take in a real, vessel. When they are bringing anything, for example, when they are bringing in any kind of raw materials, for example, to add to the local raw materials, they are not going to be leaving the shore of Onitsha, Aba, without packing finished products like shoes, bags, sandals, clothing and all of that stuff, branded from Eastern Nigeria, earning huge forex exchange, so to say, foreign exchange. In other words, right, improving the local economy, creating jobs, giving lives to the people. And guess what? Life is much cheaper when you are actually at home until they steal it out of you. Now, think about that. Now, if that happens, right, so many of you who are Yorubas today, who are Northerners today, many of you would have been attracted to these areas. Instead of becoming marine engineer in America, you probably would have ended up as a marine engineer in the East, earning good money, good life, and at the same time, living close to your families. Something that could indeed build a community where hatred will be so rare. And these racist comments that you are witnessing already in Nigeria, they will probably be so limited. Think about that. They want to come and destroy Lagos. Your politicians have destroyed Lagos. Back in the days, have you seen the old videos of Lagos? Have you seen the old videos of Eastern Nigeria? Have you seen the old videos of Northern Nigeria? People back then, they were normal people. They behaved normally. The society, the environment reflected the type of people living there. Look at the trashy criminal you call leaders today, and look at the environment they have created. They are coming to come and destroy our place. They want to come and tell us they are coming to tell us, coming to what? Look around you and smell around you. You have young people who have resorted into crime because of our Lagos, our Yoruba land. Selling to survive in traffic. Children, you see them in traffic and all of that stuff. Is that your Lagos? There are those planning all this. And if you are as old as you are and educated as you probably claim to be, I want you to look around you. There is nobody coming to spoil anywhere. Everywhere don't spoil already. Look around you. Our Yoruba brothers, graduates, They are now Okada riders. Eh? Graduates riding Okada. What did you go and do in school then? Graduates who are supposed to be contributing and in making life even more meaningful for all of us. A stifled, ruined Nigeria, stolen opportunity, has made you to turn into a total bigot that is not thinking. Look around you. If they meant well, if these people actually mean well for Nigeria, and you imagine the opportunities they could have created, the same one that we now called greener pastures. So the same way you are going to say, but they cannot blame Tifnumbu now. They should go and blame their leaders. Their leaders who are part of Nigeria anyway. Is the same way I am going to ask you now. That they are bombarding Lagos or they are everywhere and in Nigeria and all that. You shouldn't blame them. You should blame your own crooked, visionless criminal leaders who continue to want to maintain the status quo without telling you the truth. Why? Why do they want them to be part of this? If we could all kind of be, for example, as Yorubas, we could just be the racist whites that we've read about. As all of you, when they talk about racism, you don't believe that black people can be so racist as well. Come on, my friend. Black people can be, well, they can be anything, but they can never be racist. I say, well, you haven't met the real black people. You haven't met us. No, you haven't. If you want to know that blacks can be racist, in fact, are racist too, spend your time with Nigerians. Spend your time with African countries where they have more than one ethnic nationality. And guess what? There's no African country that doesn't have more than one ethnic nationality. Then you get to know better. In Nigeria, they will tell you they are not racist, but they are. And you look at you. Nigeria, the fraud in it, the lie in it is the same everywhere. It just depends on which side you know. Somebody will be, but they said before now, they said they wanted to break out of Nigeria. How come they are now shouting Obi, 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 and all of that? And I'm like, well, you didn't support them to break out of Nigeria, do you? Do you support them? Do you? You don't. Many of you are already, you are bragging. We are going to deal with you the same thing we did to you in 1967. Will I say you never learn your lesson, Abi? If you try any nonsense, Nigeria Army will deal with you. What does that mean? You don't want them to go. You don't. But the opportunities that they have stifled, if they meant well, if the reasons why they kept them was to ensure that they build a virile, prosperous, united country, you cannot build unity where intentional destruction or tribal profiling and the rest of that is the order of the day. You can't build a country like that. Stop lying to yourself. Stop believing their lies. Stop. So what I'm trying to say here is this. if Igbophobia that many of you don't really like to confess to today, and at the same time, any other phobia that you have, just know that in Nigeria put you through that. And it is so wrong for you to continue to want it to be the same on your own term, which is living a lie. And I don't think that's helpful in any way. People it doesn't actually make sense to tell people to leave because you think they are a threat to you. And when they ask what is the threat that it is likely that those you worship are going to lose out in a power play in a country that's meant to be won, and it could lead to other things, because they are already grooming many of them today. That's why I'm asking you all these questions. I'm trying to let you see that before you go out there and kill, because they are going to make so many of you to commit so many crimes, and you are going to think you are doing the right thing, but you are hurting yourself in helping them to keep this contraption going, okay? But before you go out there to commit that crime, right, just know that, or know the following, because we have been hearing. If you ask people to leave your land and go back to where they come from, you must mean it. And when I say mean it, you must also help in championing that severance, as in, you can help champion that by not saying it only when it's convenient. Like now, they said your 2023 charade, which campaign is going to start in the next couple of days. It is going to be tribe versus tribe. Whoever can shoot most. And as it is, even Peter Obi himself, I think he picked it up earlier, where they were saying, if Peter Obi become president of Nigeria, he's going to open up the eastern Nigeria, and they are going to open their own seaports. It's going to blah, And if that should happen, automatically, maybe in another 4 years, you as a Yoruba man, you are never going to say the Igbo. Right. Somebody said something about the audio. How is the audio now? I'm glad I look it up anyway. I would probably never have seen. Can you hear me now? Thank you anyway. That could be done by anybody. I mean, it shouldn't just be the fear of you don't want the Igbos to be part of family, to be in charge of Nigeria. And at the same time, you don't really want them to be economically independent of Nigeria. Something that you as a Yoruba man should even be advocating for, the economic independence. That's something about Lagos, a $10 trillion economy. That is what the Lagos seaport could be for the entire Yoruba land. And do you know what I mean? That is easy life. That could create millions of jobs from far away. Ekiti, that is far from Lagos. That's the effect of that. And it is the same thing that will happen to Eastern Nigeria. If Nigeria and the owners of Nigeria really care about Nigeria, you know what they would have done? You don't need Peter Obi to do that for your one Nigeria. This time around, it's not for the Igbos, even for you who are Nigerians in Nigeria. The opportunity that it will bring to you Imagine if they now have to allow 3 of what you have in Lagos, in the eastern part of Nigeria. Imagine what such economy is. And then you realize that now poverty, they make you hate people. Poverty will make you, right, be so angry, frustrated, and ignorance as well. Poverty is not just about money, I've told you. Poverty also has to do with mind. Many of you are poor in your mind, and your sense of reasoning have been beclouded by the poverty of the mind that you have. But think big, think larger now. Imagine if the Lagos people that you have, which I have been told, not just Lagos, including Ondo, including Ogun, we could actually open the similar port you have in Lagos State. We can open them in other part of Yoruba land. We can open another 2 in Yoruba land. Now imagine if they have the 3 of such in eastern Nigeria. Imagine the development. Imagine the growth. Imagine the level of easy life. And you will realize that to hate other people and be shouting, we are Yoruba, we are Igbos, we are Hausa, we are born to rule you. All those mentality, imagine how they will evaporate from you. Imagine how easy life will be for you. If you don't understand, ask the people who have left Nigeria. They will tell you. They will tell you that with the life many of us are living, you have so limited room to hate people. Instead of hating people, sometimes you just be like, you just feel sorry for them. Do you know why? Because you have so much going on in your life. There's so much going on. There's no time in looking for who said what or when. There's no time in grouping anywhere in order for us to go and teach the enemy of the one politician a lesson. Who get time? Ask people who have lived in outside Nigeria. Then you realize that religion or no, tribe, all these things, they are things that are always going to be relevant in the heart and mind of the idle people, mostly who are poor. And that's why you have all this number in Nigeria. Look at yourselves. Look at the 8. Look at the, and then you look at the people who are not in Nigeria. I'm talking about the normal ones. I'm not talking about the lunatics who are always preaching 8 division, blood, this or that, on whatever they choose to talk about on social media. I'm talking about normal people, okay? I'm talking about people, you get to know people who are normal, not people who are like suffering from any kind of schizophrenia or who are already schizophrenic or something. The way it is, because there are many on social media. Like living outside Nigeria, you realize that there's no much room to hate. Even when we are angry, have you noticed that even when we are angry and we want to like react like the normal typical Niger, hey, go better for you, all those things. When you see the way we are talking, that when we are saying them, we just be like, this on our jebo courses, so this courses, even the effort, reach this thing, Baba. Come make I teach you how to curse. You go curse some people, they go begin to look for you and say, that curse where you curse me. You know why? Many of us would have to like relieve that frustrated life that Nigeria actually bestowed upon us, in order for us to express how disgusted we are with the system sometimes. And it's so difficult and it's so obvious. And I say, Baba, me, I don't even know how to curse anymore. I will just be like, all those ones. You can tell. But if you want to see people who have experienced Nigeria, who are living in Nigeria, who want to express that frustration in their causes, that's when you'll be like, Ekpe, mama, ha, Ekpe, this cause is not too, poverty will make you be like that. Because there's so much anger in you. There's so much disappointment. There's so much failed promises. And here you are still standing. There's so much to loathe. There's so much there. Even if you are faking the laugh When an opportunity presents itself as a Nigerian, you want to let the whole thing out and say, eh, Mama Evangelist. It is so bad that when you go to churches and people are giving prayer points, they say, hey, it's okay. You will close your eyes now and raise your eyes, and you will scream Jesus' name in 3 times. And you will tell God, God, all my enemies, let them go blind and start begging for food. Because he or she is poor, and she believes that this poverty is not, my enemy must be behind it. I don't know them, but I know that, you see that woman living in front of my house, she doesn't like me, she hates me. She must be the one behind my whole thing. If she's part of them, I don't even care. All my enemy behind all my own trouble in life. God, in Jesus' name, let them go blind. Let them start begging for food. Let them start wearing pampers. Let their children die. Let them have sicknesses. Let all the things that frustration will make you ask is what Nigeria does, sadly. But all of these are brought about the situation of lack, want, self-hate. Like, what have I done wrong? What did I do wrong? Why is everything so wrong? Why do I not get all the support I need? How come I couldn't really get back on my feet? How come everything is so hard? My enemy must be behind it. No. Your real enemies are the politicians. They are the ones who have stifled the opportunities. Ask your brothers and sisters who are not living in Nigeria. They no longer remember the devil anymore. They no longer remember the village people anymore. The only time they remember them is when their visa is about to expire, or whenever they get caught and they are now in deportation camp. That's when they will remember and say, I know this. I did my best. God, why would you let this happen to me? My village people are after me. When you are in trouble is when you remember. But ask those who have encountered opportunities and they have taken them outside Nigeria. When they pray now, you will start hearing them. Please close our eyes. Let us pray before we eat. Say, Father, Lord, we want to say thank you. We bless you for this food, the ability to eat. And I say, I thank God on the children. Thank God on my wife. And everything we give glory to God. Thank you, Father. And they will eat. They don't have to call any spirit. They don't have to bind. They don't have to loose. They don't have to untie. Because where they are, opportunities abound. And that is what is lacking there. I just gave you an example of what could have happened that could have reduced this hatred in you. Nigeria implanted that in you. If you're an Igbo man, look at you. If I ask you how you feel about Nigeria right now, if you want to be honest, I can tell it's not good. No, it's not good. Many of you are descendants of those who are the victims of the genocide, right? You didn't live around that time, yeah? But now, in a supposed united Nigeria, you have come to realize that you are actually reliving that experience of those killed. So you see, if I ask you, how do you feel? In all honesty, you are just going to be modest. How you're probably going to say it and say, well, I feel really, really terrible, but I just don't see all Nigerians as the same, even though I'm expected to see them like that. Every day they continue to want to remind us that we are not wanted. But I also want to know that there are many others who actually agree. In fact, more agreed that you could be on your own. And whatever your hatred is for Nigeria and the rest, look at others too. They have been made to hate you too. But do you know what made the hate and all this bigotry stronger? Lack of economic opportunity. You see, they are coming to come and take over. Is there anything to take over from people who have nothing? So imagine if they had created the opportunities like that, you won't be hating this much. Just like I've told some of you, sometimes when you listen to me, you don't like me, and I understand. But the only thing there is that for those who don't like Maiyegun, it's not because Maiyegun did anything to them. I didn't do anything to anybody. But it's because I have said things that they have found unacceptable about the people that destroyed Nigeria or destroying Nigeria right now, which they kind of respect. Do you understand that now? So people will tell you they don't like me. Why they don't, or why they want something to happen to me, or this or that, whatever. It's not because I did anything to them. It is because I have said things about the people they worship, in a way. Just similar things around. Why do you not like this? Why do you not like that? But again, like I've never seen it as anything to, to really brood about. But you can save yourselves, right? If you know that, once you know that they have no plan of making your lives better in Nigeria, creating opportunities everywhere for everyone to become whatever you want to become, and then have less time to hate other people, right? Since they don't have that plan, for you, well, it's now up to you to choose your own battle. When I said that if they don't want Nigeria to break up, there's one right thing they could do, and that is letting everyone develop according to their own choosing pace and time. Hate and all that will be gone before you can even blink, because every region has the potential of becoming the best and the greatest that could ever come out of the black race. Quote me on that. But that opportunity will make it impossible for these deluded northern elites, right, who believes that if that should happen, then automatically the northern Nigeria could go into an Islamic revolution that could see an end to their own hypocrisy too. If you don't want Nigeria to, that's something you should look into. None of the political parties, none of the candidates, Peter Obio, Atifku, Tifnumbu, none of them has presented to you any clear definition of how they are going to help you along this line to break the chain of hate. None of them has been able to explain that. Okay? Something you can touch and hold. I have told you, their plan is not for that glowing, glorious Nigeria, because the glowing, glorious Nigeria, it can only happen in that your drawing book. In reality, if that should happen, Nigeria will cease. Nigeria will end in a matter of a decade. And it starts from when the parts begin to cut off by handling their own affair, dictating their own growth. That is opposite of what those who wanted to keep one Nigeria have in mind. But what do you have in mind? In 4 years' time, if you are alive, you probably are still going to blame the Yorubas. You are still going to blame the Igbos. You are still going to blame others for whatever you are probably going to be going through then. And in another 4 years, until you have no other 4 years. I don't know. I just thought you should know. Igbophobia, Yoruba phobia, Fulani phobia, Hausa phobia, every phobia you have right now as a Nigerian that you are hiding, keeping from us. We know them. They are being covered by your hypocrisy called One Nigeria. But guess what? It is not helping. Even the veil is not covering it. And we are just like pretty much just letting you know. As long as you continue in that trajectory, yeah, you are sitting on a keg of a gunpowder. And I'm saying this now, not as a form of raising false alarm. We know where this is going to lead to. Your election is going to lead to ethnic clashes soon, religious clashes soon. Igbos are already being marked in Lagos. Your businesses and the rest of them are already being targeted. Meanwhile, the Igbos as well, who are also Lagosians, they are saying, no, they won't do it away. I mean, they won't get away with it this time around. If they dare come to attack our businesses or come to destroy anything that is ours, we will fight back. Guess what that simply means? It simply means your one Nigeria is about to explode before you. Sadly, the Igbos and Yorubas have never, ever clashed before. Ever. Do you know that? On record, we have had the Hausas versus the Igbos up north. We have had the Igbos versus Hausas in the east. We have had Yorubas versus Hausas in the southwest in Yoruba land. We have had the Hausas versus Fulanis in northern Nigeria. I have never heard of Yorubas versus Igbos. Now, Tifnumbu and Co. and gang, who contributed greatly to the backwardness of Yoruba land, and including you watching me right now, that possibly you have one thing to write on because of Tifnumbu, the tribal card, the ethnic card, and you are in bed with it because even the Igbos have said horrible, horrible things about Tifnumbu, and that breaks your heart. It makes you angry. Now they are already grooming you. You are everywhere, getting yourselves ready. Fine. But here is something I want you to remember, okay? We have never had Igbos versus Yorubas clash before, and it's about to start, okay? It is preventable if all of us realize that when you clash, you are clashing because of one Nigeria. Just have that at the back of your mind. Today, we have the same right you have to say you want to be president of Nigeria. Should have been the same right for everyone from every part of Nigeria, Abi? But that is not the case. In Lagos right now, even those who were born in Lagos, who are Igbos in Lagos, they have been told to go back to where they come from. If they don't go back, then they will be attacked. Now, those ones are now saying, this is where we're born. If you come here because of politics to attack us, whatever you get back from that, you should take it. Now, they are going to tag that Igbo provocation. But I'm saying this to you right now. The politics of hatred, the politics of a tribe, the politics of ethnic division that Tifnumbu and gang have been brewing in Yoruba land is about to hit the fan. You are about to witness Igbos versus Yoruba clash, not for any other reasons, but because of Tifnumbu. Now that could actually be the fight that will eventually catapult or be the catalyst to what will make you as a Yoruba man, that will make what you as an Igbo man finally agree that we have been living a lie for far too long. Yes, we have married ourselves. We have married into one another. We have been doing businesses together. We have been living together in peace. But with this fraudulent, fake Nigeria, with where Tifnumbu and Gaga are going to take us, right? Listen to this. It could be the last stroke that's going to break the camel's back. Okay? The intention is not to make everybody better. The intention is to start what they won't finish. And guess who's going to be the referee? The Northern Nigeria. In this case, I'm saying this to you. We know the genesis. We know what is happening. We know where this is going. But if you are a Yoruba man and you ever buy into these plots, just know that you are not doing it for the sake of Yoruba. And if you are an Igbo man today, you are also sharpening your own knife too. Whatever it's going to take, it's going to take. Have it at the back of your mind. That fight is for Nigeria, okay? And you are not doing it for Biafra. Whenever everybody now comes back to their senses, at the end of the day, we will all agree it is time to end or stop living the lie. Opportunities could be created. They choose not to. You, the victims of that stifled opportunities. You are therefore carrying on your head right now like a gala, the tribal crown. You are the hero. You are the champion. You are the speaker, the most bigoted, who can speak for this or for that. I want to remind you, you are not doing it for that your race or your tribe. You are doing it for the ethnic manipulators, ethnic criminals who contributed to where you are and where we are today. And when you are done, you realize that you have self-inflicted another generational destruction upon yourselves. The one you are witnessing today, there were those before you. They probably denied it or supported it. The effect of that is where we are today. Now, in 10 years' time, a decade's time, what you do now, your own children or your children's children, they would have to deal with the consequences of that. In all, just remember this. Every fight you put up, every attack you organize, every action you be part of, and every other scheme you are part of, in the name of this your one Nigeria, you are not doing it for your own people. You are doing it for yourself. You are doing it for the greedy few that made you a bigot, that Nigeria certified. We can save ourselves all of this. I've said it many times. Let's save ourselves all of this. Let's ask those people who said they want to save Nigeria. Let them bring it on board and say, the open and say, this is how we're going to do it. Guess what? Any one of them who tried that, right? In all sincerity, is not planning to be president of Nigeria, because that person is actually advocating for save the soul, break it up, save the lives and break it up. And that is not in the book of the owners of Nigeria. So when you finish all the schemes, all the plans, just know that you are doing it for the same contraption that destroyed every humanity in you. And you are just contributing and adding to it. Whatever you do with that. Sorry about that. Whatever you do with that is up to you. I wanted to take calls earlier, but I am going to put that on hold just for a moment. Sorry if the audio is like back and forth. Okay. So I am going to, open up tomorrow for what we call the People's Parliament, okay? There's something I'm bringing up, and you could be part of that too. There will be a link to join at the studio when that popped up. So you can be part of that. It will be tomorrow, Monday. And thank you for spending your evening with me. Somebody said that it's so early. I know. Digest what I've said tonight, and I'll take calls some other time. Good night.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1.
Maiyegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1.
Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1.
Bó bá ṣe eré, àní Maiyegun máa wí.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré, wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1.
Maiyegun Diary, Politico.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Maiyegun Diary, na him be number one.
ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
Maiyegun Diary, na him be number one.
àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ o làwa mọ̀ tó dódòdó.
Maiyegun Diary, na him be number one.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé.
ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
lórí Facebook.
Maiyegun ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
kí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.
wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ oníkanṣá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o àyè.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.
ha kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀ kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀ ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Maiyegun ti